I feel like today's probably more of the first big GC day. I think whatever the standings are now are definitely going to change after today. But yeah, like I'm in a good place, but we'll see what happens.
Wrexham in Wales is the next stop for the fourth stage of the Women's Tour, and today promises to be a hard one. 2 big climbs run through the parcours, so the climbers can go to work today. Or are the climbs not hard enough, and will the finish in Wellspool end up in a sprint again?
Yeah, I think we still have a good sprinter with Teresa Numanova, and Talita has more free roll in her first race of the team. So the tactics are a little bit different, but we still have to do something the next days.
The peloton rolls out of Wrexham for 144 kilometers through rolling terrain in the hills of North Wales. Right after the neutralized start, it's Teuntje Beekhuis who attacks and gets Clara Copponi, Maaike van der Duin and Lely Williams with her. Within 25 kilometers, the group has been caught by the peloton. However, Beekhuis really wants to get into break and tries again. She now gets Bogaerts, Cecchini and Harvey with her. The break looked very promising, but the peloton didn't really want to let them go, and after 60 kilometers of racing, they are caught and back in the peloton. Another group has formed with riders like Grace Brown, Elisa Longoborghini and Kasia Niewiadoma. At the top of the second climb, they are joined by a thinned out peloton. With 5 kilometers to go, Grace Brown attacks and goes solo. Is she able to pull the same stunt as last year at De Panne and wins this thing solo? She is strong enough, she knows how to do it. 2 riders can follow the Australian rider. Elisa Longoborghini and Kasia Niewiadoma ride hard and on the limit to get to Brown. For Brown, this is not a bad thing. She knows she is the fastest of these 2 riders. We have another group of 4 trying to bridge to the leaders, but they are riding too fast up the front and the gap keeps increasing. Into the city of Wellspool in the final kilometer. Longoborghini is starting the sprint, but it's the Australian Grace Brown that wins the 4th stage of the Women's Tour.
I left myself a little vulnerable being on the front with 500 metres to go, but Elisa opened the sprint from third wheel and I was able to jump in and come around her in the final 50 metres or so. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Grace Brown wins the 4th stage of the Women's Tour. Kasia Niewiadoma outsprints Elisa Longoborghini for 2nd place. With her win, Grace Brown is now the new leader in the general classification. Kasia Niewiadoma is 2nd with 4 seconds. Elisa Longoborghini 3rd with 6 seconds.